Hi, this is Jessica Kim, the trainer with CCS Mid-Atlantic, and I'm going to show you a new trick today. For those of you who have just downloaded Notebook 11, you'll probably notice that you have a new tab over here. And this tab is for the activity builder. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a few examples of how you could use this in your classroom, and then I'm going to show you how to create an activity using the activity builder. So it's kind of like a vortex, if you guys are familiar with that. But what Smart did is they took the suggestions from people who use notebook software, and they decided that instead of making it limit to just 2 items that you guys can sort, you can have multiple items, and you can also use images and words simultaneously. So what the students would do is they would read the directions and they would go ahead and begin to sort the objects. So since milk is a liquid, they would drag it over, and what you'll notice is it gets dissolved into that item if it is correct. Now let's try one to see if it's incorrect. So if they were to say steam is a liquid, what it's going to do is it's going to bounce it back. And then you're going to go ahead and sort the rest, and it will absorb the correct answers. Again, if you go to the incorrect answer, it will bounce it right back, so that the way students are aware of their mistake. Another example you can do is using facts. So let's say you're talking about President's Day and you've covered the 2 presidents. You can have an image of the presidents, and you can also have images for the different facts. So for Abraham Lincoln, you can show a log cabin. For George Washington, you can have a picture of Mount Vernon, and so forth. So what you're going to do is you're going to sort these facts. So it says he was a lawyer prior to becoming president, and we know that is Abraham Lincoln, resided in Mount Vernon. Again, wrong facts will be bounced back. So you guys get the idea there. Another way that you can apply this is in math. You can have, let me put this out of the way. You can have the different addition facts with the sums listed below, and have the students drag them over into the correct sum. Alright, now what I'm going to do is we're going to show you how to make a page like this. So let's use the example with our addition facts. What you want to do first with anything is you want to have the directions listed. So I'm going to I'm going to say place the addition fact into the correct sum. That's a little large, so let's resize that. Okay, we're going to move it over and center it. Now what I want to do is I want to have my sums at the bottom. So if you look at my previous page, there it is. The way I did that is just creating circles. Okay. And then I'm going to copy and paste. So I have 4. And you can use many more items if you wanted to have 5 or 6, just 2. That's totally up to you. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually change the color. The reason when you have any kind of shape, you want to make sure that there's a background or any type of fill to it. If not, when you drag the item into the circle, if there's no fill, it'll only allow it to work if you're directly on the outline. So you want to make sure that there is a fill to each object. We'll just do this quickly here. Alright. Okay. Once you have those filled in, what you want to do is you want to add the number. So let's make this 10. Let's do 11, 12, and 13. And again, you can set it for whatever your preferences are. Alright, I'm going to get these centered. Or somewhat centered, actually. Alright, now I'm going to group the objects. Again, it's making sure that when you drag those addition facts over, it's recognizing the entire object instead of just one part of the object to make sure that they get an accurate touch. Alright, so now we have our different sums down here on the bottom. What I want to do is write down my addition facts. So I'm going to do 5 plus 5. Let's see. 7 plus 3. And I'm just going to have them scattered around. Let's see. 8. Let's see. 7 plus 4. 2 plus 9. Okay. Let's see. For some reason, I'm having a mental block right now of different addition facts. Okay. And you guys get the idea. I'll just do 1, 4, and then one last one. Alright. You want to make sure that they're kind of spread out. You can have them mixed in, however you want to do it. Alright, now once you've created the look of the page, what you want to do is you want to select on this blue puzzle looking tab here, which is where you're going to access the activity builder. Okay, so these are the actual objects that you want things to either absorb into or bounce back from. So you're going to click on one of them, and when you do, there's going to be an option to edit that object. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that, and what you'll notice is that there's going to be these dashed lines all the way through. That's making sure that you are aware of which object you are editing. So there's two boxes. It says accept these objects or reject these objects, okay? And this is how you're telling the objects whether to bounce back or to absorb. So I want to find the different addition facts for the sum of 13. So 11 plus 2, and I'm going to drag it over, okay? And the other one is 5 plus 8. Okay. Now, what I could do here is I can manually drag over all of the rest that don't add up to 13, or I can just hit add all remaining. And what you'll notice is that there is an X behind all the ones that it's going to bounce back, and a check plus with all the ones that it will add. Okay. Once you're done, hit done. Now we're going to edit this object. Okay, so let's get all the ones that add up to 12. So 6 plus 6, and then 9 plus 3. I'm going to add all remaining. Hit done. Do the same process for number 11. 7 plus 4, and let's see, 2 plus 9. Hit done. And then last but not least, number 10. Add all remaining. Alright, once you are done, okay, you can go back to this page. You can try it out for yourself. So let's try. 6 plus 6, that is 12, and you'll notice it gets absorbed in. Okay, if I did 5 plus 8, oh, that's incorrect, so it will bounce back. Now, if you do an activity like this, what you can do is you can save your lesson here. And I'm going to title it Activity Builder. Okay, and when I do that, okay, let's complete the rest here. You'll notice that there's nothing left on my page. But you know what? I really don't want to have to recreate this for the next group of students to work on. So when you click on your page, over here on the Pages tab, there's a button here that says Reset Page. When you click that, it's going to prompt up this window, and it says this will reset the selected page or pages to the last saved date. You cannot undo this action. So what it's going to do, it's going to bring it back to the last stage that I had saved it at. Now you'll notice that there's probably one here that was missing, and that's just because I didn't save it prior to. So let's see if I go. Okay. And I can also hit reset, and now bring it back. But you know, a lot of times your students will know, if you teach them properly, to click on the drop down menu for your pages and then be able to reset that page. So this is just a quick example of how you can use the new activity builder for your classroom. So I gave you an example for science, social studies, and math. You can also do this with language arts by having different having them sort different parts of speech with nouns and verbs, adjectives and adverbs having those words as the objects and having a place for them to drop those into. Hopefully you guys learned a lot from this quick tip, and I will see you guys next time.